jar of fears. Here, and we're expanding our vision. We're learning to be our real self and to connect to our real, divine, perfect, limitless, powerful, awakened warrior that we really are. This is my jar of fears. I want you to try to think about your list. What do all of these fears that you have in your own list have in common? Ask yourself. And when you see that fear, like everything is condensed in one fear, when you see that fear, you are going to know what is what you have to attack and what is the main problem that is causing all the other little problems in your life. Problems had something that is common, and it is that involves somebody else. Rejection from somebody externally from you, conflict with somebody external from you, gaslighting from somebody external, being in love by somebody external, being lonely because I need another person. And what we have been trying to do is find our true power self that wants to be loved by myself, approved by myself, cared of, taken care of by myself. Because the external world, the external conditions, people are going to do whatever they have to do, whatever their path is. And you just need to let go. And you cannot just depend on all of these people to love you, on all of these people to approve you, in all these people to support you. You have to do it for yourself first. You realize at this point that nobody can make you happy if you don't make yourself happy first. Nobody's gonna love you if you don't love yourself first. Nobody's gonna respect your boundaries if you don't respect your own boundaries first. Everything starts from you and your projection of your true, strong, healed, beautiful self. It irradiates. Even though you don't see it, or maybe you don't feel it, maybe you do, you still are all energy. We're energetic beings. Our inner self is pure energy. It's energy that is connected with the universe. Okay? And even though you think that nobody is feeling your energy, if you don't have good, positive inner energy, you are just letting everybody to know that your energy is not connected to yourself. Because when you connect to yourself, you feel, I know I'm so worthy of love. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. And I am worthy of love because I love who I am. I love myself first. I make myself happy first. And it's not selfish. How can you love your children if you do not know how to love yourself? How do you want to have a loving partner if you don't know how to love yourself? How do you pretend that others treat you if you treat yourself badly? That energy is just irradiating from you. Okay, so today we need to shift that. Okay, and that's a big shift, and it requires a lot of practice. As I told you yesterday, all of this, it requires habit, because we have this habit of shaming ourselves all the time. This jar of fears, and the common denomination of this is going to be burned. Because sometimes we need, and this is why art therapy is so good, because sometimes you need a visual, something that reminds you about something that it's in the subconscious. This needs to go. So you're going to do a burning ceremony, however you want it. You're going to burn your fears. And you are going to say, I am fearless I am the awakened warrior and I am fearless. And every time that I have that little voice that tells me that I should be scared, that I am not worthy, you're going to be like, I'm not listening to you. I am not listening to you anymore. But that requires mindfulness. You need to be in your head. You need to be the babysitter of your little baby mind that is telling you, you're not worthy. You're not good enough. Look what you did. You're so dumb. That voice comes from ego. Okay? Some people say you have to kill ego to be able to become awakened, to become one with self. In my case, I think that we don't need to kill the ego. We need to embrace the ego and say, I know, you and your like poor little thing, this is the best you could do, tell me all these insults, you are hurt, that's fine. Go to timeout for a little bit, I don't want to listen to you. I just want to connect with my inner self that is limitless, that is powerful, that is one with the creation, with the universe, with the power of whatever you want to call it. If we disappear ego, we're all light. Ego is this creation of our mind that starts when we are a kid, and it represents all the bad and good opinions of our world, our society. Ego is the one that grabs all the labels and just puts all the labels all over you. Ego will camouflage itself with like judgments and definitions and evaluations about yourself. Your true self it's connected with source, it's connected with the universe, it's connected with all beings, it's connected with all, like it's like not judgmental, it's perfect light. There's some ways that you can see, okay, this is not coming from my true self, this is coming from my ego mind. If you feel that you have to prove something, you need to prove something to yourself, you have to prove something to somebody else, to your parents, to your family, to your children, to your friends. If you feel that you need to prove something, that's ego. When you feel that you need to protect yourself, that's ego. Ego protects the vulnerability in you. So ego will be like, oh, don't do that because you're going to be vulnerable. So let's put a mask, okay? And let's pretend that, we're like amazing and that nothing is happening and I'm very cool and nobody's hurting me. Really, it's not that ego is protecting you from disappointment. It's not. Ego is protecting you from shame. But it's not shame about what others might think. Actually, it's shame of how you are going to treat yourself when things failed. Ego is the one that treats you bad and that tries to protect you from that ego that is treating you bad anyways. I know, it doesn't make sense because that's not our true nature, because that's not our true self. The ego that treats us bad, that tells us, that insults us, tells us how dumb you are, how stupid you did it again, is shaming us. And at the same time is trying to protect us from that auto-sabotage. And it doesn't make sense because it's not part of our true self. The other thing that ego does is, ego is the people pleaser. Ego tries to control everything around you. Ego is the one that makes you think that you can control others. Ego is the one that makes you think, oh, if I act this way, I will control. If I yell at that person and tell that person how bad, how awful, I'm going to be able to control it. I am going to be able to change and fix that person. Wrong. Wrong. You can only change yourself. Nobody and nothing and no circumstances. Everything is going to come. What you can change is how you react towards these circumstances. Because the external conditions are external and you have no power over it. Stop playing God. You cannot change anything external. You can only change your reactions, your feelings towards the circumstances, yourself. You cannot fix anything else. Ego makes you people please because it's a control freak. Because ego thinks that if you are a people pleaser, then the person is going to do what you want or change their mind, please others, impress others. It's because the ego wants this other person to think in a certain way about you. Give you praise, admiration, support, validation, whatever. But ego wants something from the other person in exchange for the pleasing. So if you have been a people pleaser, if you are like trying to please somebody and this person is not changing, it's because it doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. You cannot control others. Never. Everybody has their own path in this life. And in this school that I call the School of Humans, there's many people that are in different levels. And with a heart of compassion and wisdom, you can say, I accept you, the level that you are. And if you are not in a level that I need you to be, I cannot change you, I cannot fix you. Thank you so much for being part of my life, but goodbye, because it's not really helping my purpose that is bigger than this. It's not helping my spirit, it's not helping my peace, it's not helping my happiness. So who needs to change? That person? Or you need to just say, I'm sorry, I care for you, I can love you from far away, but right now it's time for me to move on. Thank you for being in my life. Goodbye. With love, not with anger, with love, with compassion. Because you know truly that you cannot change others. And you can recognize it, and you can accept it. And then you are at peace. Nobody should be able to change your peace of mind. Nobody. Nobody has that right. Don't give your mind to somebody else. Don't. Because that somebody else is human. And that somebody else probably is going to disappoint you because he's human. Because that person is still in school. We are all learning until we graduate. And we're in another level. So don't give the key of your happiness to somebody that has defects like us. Love yourself first, and then you can be like, bring it on, you know? I'm happy by myself. If you are a good company, that's awesome. But if you're not, then I don't depend on you. My happiness, I didn't give it to you, like for you to, do whatever you want with my happiness in my life. No. I love myself. I'm happy with myself. I'm divine. I'm in accordance to what I am inside. I am divine self. And as I respect you, I deserve respect. What is the true self? The true self is, okay, I'm creative. It comes from my soul out. I'm loving. I'm compassionate. And I really don't want anything. I don't want your approval. I don't want you to clap. I don't want you to validate me. This is me. This is me. I don't have to work very hard for you to like me, because that comes from you. And from all the millions of people, many millions are not gonna like me, and many millions are gonna like me. It's ridiculous to have that constant battle, and it's anxiety for us and stress. No point. It's better that you're yourself. You're free. Set yourself free. Love yourself the way you are. Set yourself free. And the rest is their karma, their problem, their lesson, the level that they are. This, to the fire. You are going to do your own ritual, your ceremony saying ego bye-bye. That fear on fire, that that fear on fire, that ego on fire, because it's not worth it.
Positive. The negative will burn to the ash. All the negative will be gone. Bad lucks. All my resentment, I will let go and forgive everybody that did me wrong, including myself. From this moment on, I'll be walk away and walk toward my future with fearless and positive.